Hey, it's Jen Dodds, your no fluff, full disclosure Texas Realtor. And today we're going to be busting some of the biggest myths in real estate. Because let's be honest, guys, this industry can be full of smoke and mirrors. On the outside, it looks easy, right? Flashy cars, big checks, pretty houses on Instagram. But behind the scenes, it's a whole different story. In 2020 alone, more than 150,000 people nationwide got licensed. Sounds impressive, right? But by 2025, fewer than 20% are still in the business. The rest, they're burned out, broke, or long gone. And that's why so many buyers and sellers end up disappointed. Their forever agent took the check, snapped the closing photo, and disappeared. But here's the reality, guys. Real estate doesn't end at the closing. Stuff comes up months or even years later. If your agent ghosted you, you're left on your own. So let's pull back the curtain and expose the myths, the half-truths, and the shady plays the agents don't want you to know about. So myth number 1, your agent is always putting you first. Reality, sometimes they're putting their paychecks first. So do you ever feel like your agent is pushing you towards a particular neighborhood, builder, or home? Here's why, guys. Some builders pay out pat bonuses or dangle perks for agents who bring them buyers. Some listing agents even whisper, "Hey, bring me the buyer and I'm going to make it worth your while." Suddenly, what should be your best interest becomes their payday. Okay, guys, and then you've heard the pressure tactic, and we've all heard it. Multiple offers, better hurry. Sometimes, guys, that's legit, but sometimes it's a bluff designed to scare you into overbidding when no one else is even competing. The myth is that your agent is always acting like your fiduciary, which they should be. But the sad reality is sometimes they're acting like a salesperson chasing a quota. Myth number 2, intermediary, or some know it as dual agency, protects everyone. Reality, it only protects the agent's commission. So this one's going to be super spicy and probably tick off a lot of realtors. But in Texas, we call it intermediary. That's when one agent represents both the buyer and the seller in the same transaction. Sounds efficient, right? Like, oh great, one person, less drama. But here's the truth, guys. It's like hiring the same lawyer to represent both sides in a divorce. Whose side are they on? So when I'm hired by a seller or a buyer, I'm committed to that person. But if I decide to represent both sides in the same deal, guess what? I can't actually advise either of you anymore. By law, I become nothing more than a note passer. So, who benefits from that? Not you. The only person winning is the agent because they get both sides of the commission check. So, when you hear intermediary, don't think efficient, think conflicted. That's why I don't do it, period. Myth number 3, your agent is going to protect you from the red flags. Reality, some are going to sweep it under the rug just to protect the deal. So, let's get real. Overpricing a listing, pet peeve. That's a classic trick. Agents who encourage sellers to list higher than market value just to win the listing. It looks great at first, but the agent knows what's coming. You, as the seller, are going to eventually reduce the price later. It's a bait and switch dressed up as optimism. Okay, then let's talk about inspections for buyers. The inspector finds foundation cracks, roof is on its last breath. Instead of saying, "Hey, buyers, this might not be the right house for you," some agents downplay it. Why? Because if that deal dies, so does their paycheck. And contracts. This is where it really gets messy. Our Texas contracts are long, detailed, and filled with timelines and outs. A good agent will break it all down for you. A bad one, they just push you to sign and hope it all works out. Problem is, their ignorance or laziness can cost you tens of thousands of dollars. So, the myth is that your agent is automatically your safety net, which they should be. But unfortunately, a lot of times the reality is they're more concerned about the closing than protecting you. So myth number 4, nice agents are the best agents. Reality, nice doesn't equal honest. Okay, it sounds backwards, right? But hear me out. If your agent is just nodding along, telling you what you want to hear and never pushes back, that's not honesty, that's weakness. Sometimes, guys, I have to tell a seller their house smells like a dog kennel. Sometimes I have to tell them that their home isn't worth what Zillow says. Do they like hearing that? Nope, but it's my job. I'd rather hurt your feelings and disappoint you for 5 minutes than have your house sit on the market for 6 months with no offers. So, the myth is that nice agent who always agrees with you, is doing their job. The reality is, the one willing to be brutally honest is the one that actually is earning their paycheck. Myth number 5, agents make easy money. Reality, the good ones earn every single cent. Yes, realtors can make great money, but the idea that it's easy is a total lie. Here's the reality, guys. I personally work 60 to 70 hours a week. There's no PTO, no turning off my phone. I'm writing contracts at soccer games, taking calls in the grocery store parking lot, and negotiating deals on vacation. And the crazy part is, I actually love it. So that's the difference between someone who's committed to the business and someone who's just cashing checks. Now, let's talk referrals. Ever notice how some agents always push the same lender, the same inspector, the same insurance company, the same contractor? Sometimes it's because they truly are the best, but other times it's about kickbacks or cozy relationships that benefit the agent more than you. And closing costs. Don't get me started here. Too many agents gloss right over them because keeping you hyped for that finish line is easier than showing you the hard numbers. A good agent, we go through every line up front so nothing blindsides you at the table. So the myth is that we're all raking it in without working. The reality, the ones who last are grinding harder than anyone's ever gonna see. Myth number 6, and one of my favorites. Part-time agents can handle it just fine. Reality, deadlines don't give a crap about your agent's day job. All right, time to ruffle some more feathers here, guys. Part-time agents are one of my biggest pet peeves. Look, I respect the hustle. I respect anyone chasing a new career. But when it comes to buying or selling a home, this is not a place for a side gig or a hobby. Real estate is nothing but deadlines, inspections, appraisals, loan approvals, option periods. Miss one by even a day and you can lose thousands or lose the house altogether. If your agent only checks their phones after their 9 to 5 shift, that's a massive risk. Hey guys, and let's be honest, this industry pays really well. Clients deserve full commitment. If your agent is treating this like a hobby while you're risking your life savings, that's not fair to you. You need someone who lives and breathes this business. The bottom line, a great realtor is worth their weight in gold. We protect you, we negotiate for you, and we keep you from stepping into traps that you don't even see coming. But you've got to separate the pros from the pretenders. Ask tough questions, look for transparency. Don't settle for someone who's just in it for a quick check, or worse, treating it like a hobby. Because at the end of the day, this isn't just about buying or selling a home. It's about your money, your security, and your future. And you deserve someone who treats it that way. So guys, I dropped a lot of myths here and try to give some reality checks. If you're thinking about buying or selling in Houston or anywhere in Texas, don't settle for the myths. Work with someone who's going to fight for you every step of the way. That's what I do day in and day out. If this helped, hit that like button, subscribe for more real estate truth bombs, and drop your questions in comments. I'm going to answer all of them. Until next time, I'm Jem Dodge, your no fluff, full disclosure Texas Realtor. See you in the next one.